Alright, so I should have done this yesterday because it's much easier to um, remember your dreams the day of, but this one was quite profound, so I think I'm going to be able to describe it properly. So last night, the night before, yesterday's night, I don't know if that's considered last night but whatever. I went to bed, wasn't in the best of moods, felt kind of down and lonely, and my dream just catapulted me to some sort of luscious green island with huge trees, like the bases wider than I could hug, and birds everywhere, and the canopy of just like vines, and very tropical, very comfortable. And there were like tree houses and structures made out of the trees, and like golden rocks and beautiful blue rivers. So I was here with one of my ex-girlfriends, and we would go on these swings, and once you hit terminal velocity from under your arms as you spread them out, some sort of particles or colors would stream out of you. And I remember watching her and seeing these blue particles come out, and she was like lying on her stomach on the swing and just swinging through the air, and just I lay down on my stomach and I swung and I had the particles, and I felt so ecstatic, and it just felt like the best feeling in the world. Like, everything is incredible. This is just literally the best feeling. There's no other way to describe it. Just the best feeling. And so we're just going on swing after swing and swinging around this jungle and seeing different birds, and like birds with really long beaks, and hearing the chirping, and this is like just the perfect island. And so we're swinging around, and we're going from swing to swing, and we find this cool tree house, and we're up there, and we're embracing each other, and we're saying like, wow, this feels so good, this is awesome, such a good feeling. And it was, it really was. And so this is an ex where I have no ill feelings towards at all, and it just didn't work out, and that happens, and you know, it's not meant to be with everyone, but she's still a friend, and a good friend, and I do trust her, and I feel like her opinions are valid and valuable, and she's an outside the box thinker and a compassionate person. She's pretty reserved, but with me she was always really open, and we still have really good conversations to this day. And I hope that lasts forever. I really do, because I do value what she has to say and things like that. So with that sort of chemistry or relationship, it felt normal to be on some sort of vacation with her. It wasn't weird. It felt like we were still dating type of feeling. You know that feeling when you're with someone and everything is great for you, everything is great about them, everything is great for them. So that's what it felt like. And so we go up into this treehouse, and we kind of embrace each other, and I go on the swing, and I'm swinging, and I lay down on it with my head first like Superman, and I feel just so ecstatic, just a complete opposite feeling from when I was conscious, when I was awake, before I fell asleep. It felt awful. really awful. And so the gist of the dream was, so I go on this swing, and then I go back up this treehouse to where she is waiting, and she goes on and she does her thing, and she's flying around in a big like circle type of thing. These swings made no sense on the trajectory and how they could come back around and whatnot. It didn't make any sense at all, but I was just watching her with the particles come out of her, and she was smiling and happy, and it was awesome. And so we both sit on the swing together, and we're going over this open area. There's a couple rocks there, but it's mostly grass next to this other treehouse thing. And so I jump off, and she's swinging and comes back around and right off my head. Knocks me down. I feel like shit. I feel queasy and dizzy, and I'm like, oh. So she gets off, and she's like, do you want a sip of my soda? Like, what can... I'm like, oh, no, I just need my water. And I didn't have a water to this point, but I stumble, kind of, 10, 20 feet over to the side, and I pick up my water, and there's this little white bunny. So cute. It's like a loaf of bread. Small loaf of bread. And, all fluffy and just chewing on vegetation, and then I look over to the side and there's another little white bunny. I'm like, oh wow, like this is cool. So I pick up my water, I have a couple sips, I'm like, oh. And then out from the treehouse comes like her family, and they're like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. Like, I'm just a little bit dizzy right now, like hitting the head with the swing. And, I mean, they're all nice people, so we all kind of just, like, chuckled it off, and was like, oh, well, just take it easy, like, maybe a little less swinging in your future would be good for you, if you have a head injury. And so, basically, I woke up after that. It gets real fuzzy, but I had an incredible time, and I woke up with a feeling of purpose and belonging and happiness and satisfaction, and just felt great. It just felt amazing. It was exactly what I needed at that time. Exactly what I needed. It was just so opposite from how I went to sleep. And yet, I never hear the value of dreams discussed. Yeah, everyone says it's good to dream, but they're talking about the conscious state of dreaming. The conscious state of, I'm deciding I want to do this, or I want to do that. This is the unconscious state of dreaming. So, I have no control in these dreams. Some people say they do, but I don't. I don't think of anything before I fall asleep in particular. And yet, it took me to this place of just flipping my emotions and my feelings, and so rapidly. And I just really appreciate that, because that's exactly what I needed. No one could have said anything to me in my conscious state that would have made me feel better. But in my unconscious state, whatever took over gave me this awesome experience. And that's so valuable. So valuable. Because it literally made my next conscious day so much better than the last. It made it a productive day. It made it an enjoyable day. It made it a happy day. I made a new kind of friend that day. A guy I met. So, whereas if I was down in the dumps, I don't want to talk to anybody. So I really think the value in these dreams is important, which is why I'm starting this dream journal. I've had so many crazy dreams. Some that I can still remember, that are really still profound. Um, so I might end up sharing those. Right now I kind of want to do, just wake up in the morning, record what I dreamed about, and then put that out there. But I do have some that I still remember because they were just so profound, and a lot of times I feel as if these dreams are better than my real life. And I kind of take it as a negative thing. Like, my real life should be way more exciting. But isn't a dream still kind of your real life? See, that's the kind of idea I'm trying to work out, is what are these dreams? How are they happening? Why are they happening? What are the overall impacts? So, I think by putting these together in this kind of dream diary, I'm going to be able to see exactly how they go along with emotion or day-to-day life. But yeah, really interesting, man. Really interesting. I really like dreaming. It's often my favorite time of the day is to go to sleep and to dream. And right now, I'm able to sleep in and feel relatively relaxed, which probably helps. So, yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. But, hey, tell me what you think. Tell me about your dream.